have none other than Coach Rich Freeman. I'm telling you, folks, this coach is phenomenal. Coach, let me ask you something. We know you guys are going to look forward to having a phenomenal season this year, but we have some questions for you. What would you say will be the Morehouse Maroon Tigers' advantage in making the run for the SIAC championship?
Well, one of the things that we're very proud of is we've had 4 consecutive seasons of winning, and so we don't have a single man on the roster that has experienced a losing season. So with that being said, and also with the systems in place, both offense, defense, and as well kicking. Defensively, we've been running the same defense for 4 years, and offensively for the last 3 years, and of course kicking for the last 4 years, respectively. So I'd like to say just experience. I think experience will give us a real good shot. We have our signal caller returning, Byron Ingram, and he's had the opportunity to get the system pretty much under his belt, and I think he'll play well. And we also returned David Carter, who was the top rusher in the conference last year. So experience, good players returning, stability on the coaching staff. I think that pretty much gives us a pretty good shot.
Let me ask you something. All right, I mean, I'm looking forward to you guys doing a great job, Coach, but we're just days before the 2011 season opener, none other than the Labor Day Classic, and Miles College being your first opponent. How will Morehouse be able to not only break down the still defense, of course, of none other than the Golden Bears, but pull off the Morehouse first victory?
Well, I can't say enough about Coach Ruffin and the history that Miles College has in terms of having a pretty good football program. And, we know he's going to come over from Tuskegee, a team that we haven't beat. As a matter of fact, that's the only team that we haven't had success against in our tenure. And so I know he's going to bring that philosophy over there. Those guys will do very well. But here again, we really feel like we have a pretty good football team as well, and have our program set. So we're going to give it our best shot, and our kids are going to play fast, hard, and smart, which is our philosophy.
Let's talk about history. I mean, in making, history, of course, we have none other than the great Martin Luther King Jr. being honored, of course, this year at the Washington National Mall, along with other founding fathers of this great nation. What does that mean to you, being the Morehouse, head football coach?
Well, it's very profound. It's a deep meaning, and we're very proud of anything associated with Morehouse College in a positive light. Not to mention our most notable graduate, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. being honored. It does good for institutional pride. It does good for exposing the college, and it does good in terms of us being able to get out into some quality homes and recruit some of the top talent across the country.
NBTV, we have none other than Mr. Derek Hector. This young man is phenomenal. Last year he had 45 receptions for the Maroon Tigers, and this year he plans to continue his efforts as they contend for the SIAC championship. Let me ask you something. What are your plans for this season as you guys look to contend for the SIAC championship and you're opening up with Miles College?
Ultimately, man, against Miles, we just want to set a statement to the whole conference. They got us ranked in 3rd. I feel that's kind of an upset. We're just trying to take it home, bring it home back to Morehouse, man.
Let me ask you this. I mean, last year you guys fell short, of course, the Wingate. You made the playoffs, of course. Many people felt like, you could have won the SIAC outright. You started out, I think, 6-0 last year. And you're returning 12 players who have already made the SIAC all-tournament team, beginning the season the most in all of the SIAC. I mean, what does that make you feel entering the season, and here you've been shortcome by they picking you 3rd to win the SIAC?
It goes back to the statement we're trying to say. I mean, there it is in black and white. We're really trying to bring the zone home. We're really not getting the respect that we deserve. Just want to bring the championship home to Morehouse.
Last year, this young man led the SIAC in rushing by gaining 1,350 yards. Let me ask you something. Mr. Carter, you've had so much great success running the ball. Do you feel like you're one of the best running backs in the nation?
I feel like I am, of course, thanks to my offensive line. They do a great job opening holes, making my read blocks. The offensive coordinator, Coach Murray, calling great plays, opening up, with the passing game and then leading up to the running game. My running backs coach, Coach Scipio, doing a great job in practice, getting us prepared each game. And then, me continuing to work hard. I feel like I can be a successful back, in the SIC, and hopefully be a great all-time back in the nation.
Number 42, this young man is a 4-year starter at the outside linebacker position at none other than Morehouse. Let me ask you something, Mr. Wilson. I mean, you are phenomenal. You have always been a team leader. This year, this is your senior season. You guys fell a game shy last year, of course, of going forward in the playoffs. Your first time making the playoffs in over 20 years. What do you feel like you guys are going to do this year?
This year, I think the team will stack up. Mostly last year, getting our feet into the water, into first round playoffs. We came up short. But this year, I think we're going to go deep in the water and try to take a deep swim this year.
So here it is, you are performing phenomenally, and I would suggest to say the best conference in all of Division II football. I mean, do you feel like this year you're going to bring it down and bring it to the house?
Oh, yeah, so we definitely going to bring it to the house. Defense returned 9 starters from last year. We have a tremendous D-line that always put pressure on the quarterback, and that's what we like. And our defense scheme has always come from a great defensive coordinator, and we have great players come around that want it. They weren't ready to eat this year. We're very hungry.
We have none other than Mr. Darius Wilson. This young man is absolutely phenomenal. A 2-year starter. He has done great things in the secondary of the Morehouse Tiger defense. Let me ask you this, of course. Last year you had 5 interceptions, 77 tackles. Do you feel like you have what it takes to not only repeat those stats, but to duplicate them and to do even better?
Of course, I worked hard this summer to make sure that I'll be able to duplicate or better my season from last year.
Let me ask you this. I mean, you guys have the great coach, Rich Freeman. He led you guys to the playoffs last year. You fell 2 games shy in the conference, maybe a touchdown shy from winning the conference outright. Do you feel like you're going to be able to do what it needs to be done in the centerpiece of that defense to bring home the house, to bring home that SIAC championship?
Yes, sir. We, like Charlie said, we returned to 9 starters from last year, and our D-line is just playing phenomenal. They're going to put us over the top. I think we'll be the best defense in the SIAC conference.
One final question. You and I both know, of course, being at the great Morehouse College, you have an unbelievable alumnus, the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. How do you feel about walking in his footsteps and being a significant role model to the African-American community?
Honored just to be at the school that he went to. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, following the steps to become the man he became, or even a better man that he became.
We have a great one here, and we're going to have a great one, of course, none other than at the Labor Day Classic. Stay tuned at NBTV on September 4th. Be there at 6 p.m. Stay tuned.